I was kind of thinking about what to talk about. Was thinking about it when I was just road tripping back recently from a couple of bike shows out west, and I had a lot of time in the car. I was listening to a podcast called How I Built This, that has interviews with a bunch of like big entrepreneurs, Warby Parker and some big companies like that, and they kind of explain like how they built their companies, and I thought those stories are really interesting. So I thought I would kind of do a similar thing for the small businesses that we started 4.5 years ago. Kind of this new phenomenon was happening in the bike world where you would get rid of your front derailleur, you go to just one ring in the front. And this company called SRAM, which is one of the big giants of the industry, launched this product line to allow you to do that. The problem was it was like a $1,500 upgrade to put this on your bike, and it only worked on certain bikes. And we desperately wanted that on our fat bikes, which is kind of a big thing back then that was really getting a lot of momentum in Minnesota to ride your bikes on the snow trails all winter, snowmobile trails across frozen lakes. We couldn't have this chain ring, and so Mike, being the engineer that he is, he just designed one up in CAD one night. Minneapolis actually has a lot of good resources. He knew people at machine shops. He actually went to one of these kind of rapid prototyping places, and he paid, I don't know, I think it was like $350 to make a one-off chain ring, and he put it on his bike, and the thing worked great. And so that was kind of where everything started for us. It got put on this bike rumor forum, but then some design blog, the Scandinavian design blog, picked it up, and all of a sudden our website, we were getting like 100,000 hits in like 2 days, and this was I don't know, I think we were happy if you had like 200 hits in a day back then, right? And it was like, what is going on here? And we did some tracing, and like, this design blog picked it up, and we sold exactly 0 chain rings out of that whole deal, but like hundreds of thousands of people saw our website in a couple of days, and just kind of gave us a taste for like, if you get the right product in front of the right people, the kind of traction you can get. At the same time now, all three of us we're still working 40, 50 hours a week in our day jobs, and this is sort of just a moonlighting thing where we're probably also putting in another 40 or 50 hours, but it was fun. It didn't seem like work, right? It was like, we're doing this thing, we're building this thing, we're connecting to all the cycling industry, and things are going really well. We sort of gained this legitimacy, so we went from like, you guys seem like a company that is working out of a garage, and to be fair, we were actually for the first 2 years, we were actually working out of Mike's basement. He had this unfinished basement, and we had literally all this stuff smashed into his basement. But once you had this logo, people suddenly started thinking like, oh, you guys are this large company. We get these emails like, oh, can you direct me to your marketing department, to your HR group, or to your engineering staff? And I'm like, all right, there's 3 of us, and we're all of those things, and we're also the people that take the trash out and like fix the plumbing when it breaks or whatever, right? But people had this like perception like, oh, you must be this huge business, you must have this big building and whatever. And people started remembering our brand. Like, it just kind of like caught people's attention. We wanted this bike, and we knew it could be made. It's just like, who gets to make their own custom bike? And like, well, we think we have the momentum now. We could do this and at least cover the cost for having our own custom bikes. We wanted diversification. We're a little worried, like Wolf Tooth, kind of being narrowly focused on chain rings, is that going to be enough? Since at this point, I think we had all quit our day jobs, and so we were now committed to being bike industry people. We didn't have this like income to fall back on. Over time we had made more connections in the bike industry, so we thought it'd be a little bit easier now to launch this kind of bigger, more ambitious project. And I mean, just like Wolf Tooth, I feel like a lot of it is we just wanted to see if we could do it, just the pure challenge of it. And I threw this one on too, like we really were a bit naive, and I feel like that was good in starting of Wolf Tooth 2. We just didn't know all of the complications. We didn't know all of the, all the IP things you'd have to dig into, and the accounting things, and the, all of this stuff. And so I think it was actually good that we didn't overthink it. We just kind of took the plunge. As Aaron mentioned, they kind of coached us a little bit. Like, they weren't officially helping us with naming, but they helped us with naming, and got us to this kind of this good name with a good storyline. So Otso, kind of what the name means is it's Finnish mythology for spirit of the bear. It's this kind of revered creature in Finnish mythology, and so it kind of had this good tie into Minnesota and the woods, and kind of this good feel with, like, you know, the experience you want people to think of when they're riding the bike. And so we went to these guys, and they knocked it out of the park with the logo, and they really went above and beyond. I mean, and, you know, the guys here were, you know, the team was really having a good time with it, and so not only did they make a logo, which is what, you know, they were contracted to do, but they gave us kind of all these design elements to use in ads. They knew the bike industry, but they weren't like immersed in it, and so they brought some things to the table that were more like pure design and not so like kind of inbred with, like, all the cycling stuff tends to look kind of similar. And so they brought some kind of different things to it, which kind of helped us stand out, right? We look a little bit different than some of the other bikes that are out there, and that's actually been really good, because you have to differentiate, especially when you're a small company.